Hi, this is Matt Clark, and in this video we're going to talk about the KDP Select program. Now, as you saw in the in the video on how to add a book to Amazon, a Kindle book to Amazon, you saw that there were a few different times you could select to basically enroll your book in KDP Select. And so now we're going to talk about what that program is. So what basically Amazon has done is they've basically allotted a fund for this KDP Select program. As you can see, $700,000 in January, $600,000 in February, and it's supposed to be at least $6 million in 2012. And what they're basically doing is that you can enroll your book in KDP Select, which means that you can offer it for free for up to 5 days in a 90-day period. They don't have to be 5 consecutive days, and I'll show you how to use this to your advantage, actually not doing it 5 consecutive days. But basically, you can offer it for free, and during that free period, what happens is basically your book, for Prime members on Amazon, Amazon Prime is basically a program people can sign up for where they pay a fee and they basically get, free expedited shipping. And another thing they get is if you have a Prime membership and you have a Kindle or using some sort of Kindle reading device, you can basically borrow the books that are enrolled in KDP Select. And what that means is that somebody can basically borrow your book for free. And why would you want to do this? Well, when you're enrolled in KDP Select, having your book available for free can often be a huge boost in purchases and reviews. Even though you're not earning any royalties, that's another thing. You don't earn any royalties while the book is offered for free in KDP Select. But you can get those borrows and you can get a whole bunch of extra reviews. And how you get a piece of this fund is actually through the borrows by Prime members. And one thing to note is that you may get 1,000 purchases or 1,000 downloads during the free period, which you don't earn any royalties on, but you may get some borrows. And in my experience, the borrows are a very, very, very small percentage of your total downloads, about 1,000th of the downloads. So if you get 1,000 downloads, you may get 1 or 2 borrows. So with that said, you can enroll your book in KDP Select. And so now we're just going to go over a few things. This is actually all in their documentation. From your Amazon KDP dashboard, you can basically click the KDP Select link and you can find all this information. I'm just sort of saving you some time and going over this real quick. So basically, your share of the Kindle Owners Lending Library Fund is calculated basically by takes the total number of borrows and divides this fund by those number of borrows. So there's $500,000, and for example, if there's 100,000 borrows and your book was borrowed 1,500 times, you'll earn 1.5%, which is basically $7,500. So, this calculation is not really going to affect you that much. It's nice to see down the road, but you can't really do anything about it. But this KDP Select is definitely a very good program to know about, and you're going to be using it in some of the promotional strategies we have. And then here's what the Kindle Owners Lending Library looks like on Amazon.com. Amazon goes over basically how people can use this. If you see down here in the basic Kindle e-ink, this version of the Kindle, if you have a Prime membership, you can click Kindle Owners Lending Library, and if it has the little Prime thing, then basically you can borrow it for free. And then on Kindle Fire, same thing, Kindle Owners Lending Library has the Prime, you can click Borrow for free. And so basically Prime members are able to borrow your book for free if you have it enabled in KDP Select. So what are the benefits? You get free promotions, like it says here, 5 free promotion days during a 90-day period. Does not let you roll over those to future periods, and you get a piece of the KDP Select Fund, which we've already talked about. And for your book to be eligible, one thing that I found out sort of firsthand is that it definitely needs to be very unique content and not too much like anything that's currently out there. One of the first books I added to Kindle, I uploaded it, and for whatever reason they wouldn't let me enroll it in Kindle KDP Select because they said it was not unique. They said I didn't have the copyright to it, which was crazy because I had actually spent 2 hours just sitting down and hammering out a book that I knew very well the topic and basically could just write it off from my head, and basically spent 2 hours writing that thing and uploaded it. And then, Amazon, for whatever reason, thought that it was not unique and thought that it was basically not my own material, which was nuts. But then I asked another guy who's put out a Kindle product what his experience was with that. He says, yeah, that'll happen. It can happen because your material is too much like other people's. For example, if you're writing something related to internet marketing and there's a ton of other people who've already written stuff really close to internet marketing, then you may or may not be able to enroll in KDP Select. That book's still available on Amazon. It's still selling, but I was never able to sort of get it out of that list, I guess. And this page here just shows that you'll basically, your month-to-date unit sales report, which we covered in the setup video, will basically show the number of qualified borrows under the column units borrowed. So that's how you can figure out how many borrows you've gotten. So the number of actual downloads has nothing to do with your number of borrows, which are completely separate, and units borrowed will be substantially less, but that's actually how your percentage of that fund is calculated.